Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. My name is Kat. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. I can't believe I've managed to fit all 5 of these journals on the camera screen, but yes, I have. And I've created these 5 journals. It's been a bit of a story. It's one of those unfinished projects that I finally finished, so I can tick that off my list. Yes, it's a, what can I say? It's a bit of a story around these journals, but I'm so happy with how they've turned out. I purchased this course probably back in about 2018. It's a Mrs. Cog's Craft course. So I purchased the complete Mrs. Cog Junk Journal course, and in that course, it's run by Elizabeth Smith. So in that course, you get provided with these beautiful teddy bear images. So not this one, obviously I've kind of expanded as I've created the different journals, but you do get in the kit, you get the Jessica Wilcox. These 2 here you get in the kit, and then I think it's Mother Goose images, because I actually did manage to find some myself, but we will get into that a bit later into the video. So I purchased this course, but at the time I didn't do the teddy bear journals. I did like a garden themed, and then I did a frog themed journal. They turned out absolutely beautiful, but I always said to myself, I'm going to go back and do these teddy bear junk journals because they're so cute and so gorgeous. So I started collecting, as you do, and I printed out, you know, all the pages, and you also get the inside pages, but as we go through the journals, you will see that. And I popped a little pile aside and just started making other journals. So then at some point I've obviously decided, yes, I'm going to start creating these journals, and I've printed out, you know, a set to make a junk journal. But over the years I've printed them out again, not realizing that I had them already printed out. So when I've cleaned up and tidied and organized my craft room, I found all of these printed out pages. So here we are. I've now made 5 journals. I think what happened was I found this beautiful little Christmas teddy image. Well, it's a cross stitch actually, in one of my op shopping hauls, and or like one of my op shopping expeditions. I'm not sure if I actually did a video on this. So I decided that I would make a journal for this. So here we are, 5 journals later. We've made 3 of the full-size journals, and I've made 2 of the minis. There is a lot of work in these journals. Mass making was an experience, but now that I've done it, I think I would do it again, but I would be a lot more organized about it. So it was a good learning experience for me. So I'm going to put these journals to one side and we'll go through them. Now I am going to do a flip through of all the journals. So it's going to be a long one, so you might want to grab a cuppa. I've already been photographing these, and I've got my Etsy listings ready to go. So I've taken about 50 photos. So it's been a big morning for me, but I cannot tell you how happy I am with how these journals have turned out. So I might start with the Christmas journal first, only because these other 2 journals have got similar covers. So even though it's a Christmas journal, like when I say Christmas journal, it's a Christmas teddy bear, and there's only maybe 1 or 2 pages Christmas themed in the journal. So other than that, it's very similar to the other journals. So because it was a Christmas cross stitch, I got some Christmas themed fabric, absolutely beautiful, which I thought the colors went well. So I guess I will tell you the dimensions of the journal, but that will be in the Etsy listing. But it's, if you're interested, it's 5.5 inches, and then it's 9 inches tall, and then the spine is 2 inches. And I didn't go overly crazy with the embellishing. In fact, I've made a little bit of like a few tag and journal cards, etc. inside, but I didn't go crazy because I just wanted to leave it to the owner to just do their own thing with the journal. So it's easy to get carried away and go to town on these journals, but really at the end of the day, I think whoever's buying this journal, they want to make it their own. So I just held back on all of that. So we've got a sari ribbon tie, and we've got a little Tim Holtz plate here. You know in your heart you are loved. And then this is a little yo-yo. I think I might have made that yo-yo because I recognize that fabric. So I've just layered it up there with a little bit of lace and a little pretty crochet flower. Then you've got your tassel, which is various lace trims, and then I've got some beads that I've just strung here with a little, looks like almost like a little clover. So there's a little teddy bear charms here, and you can take this off, but when you work on the journal or flip through the journal, it can easily just be pushed up to the side there. So I'll just open it up, and they're quite robust and they're very heavy. They're full of just paper and bits and pieces inside, so they're actually quite heavy. So we've got these beautiful little lace and fabric tabs, and then I've just got some little book charms. The book charms are the same on all of the journals. So a little dragonfly, there's a little teddy bear, there's a little word there, Tim Holtz, which says heart, and then there's a little flower, and they're all secured with bulb pins. So all right, so let's go. So this is the inside cover, and there's a couple of little mini tags in here, little teddy bear, and just a note, you'll see in one of my recent videos that I picked some of these stamps up in a secondhand haul, so I was quite lucky. I was doing the finishing touches. So these some little lace pockets that you can put a little tag in. I do have a few extra tags that I still just need to make, nothing special, like as in like I haven't overly embellished them. Like for example, I've just got some leftover things that I've so I might just finish those off and then just tuck a few things in pockets there. So a couple of little flash cards, Snuggle and Soft, some book page. Now these are the pages that come with the kit, so you just print them out and then you tea dye them. She does have a tutorial on how Elizabeth does do her tea dyed papers, which is quite an involved process, but the result is lovely. So I'm not going to read all of the quotes, etc., because I'll be here forever. So I'll just flick through the pages. So I did mention that I managed to find some of these Mother Goose images. As I said in previous videos, I have gotten into digital design, and I found it really hard to find good book pages. So I had found some teddy bear craft magazines, which I had initially formatted and put into the journals, but I just wasn't happy with them, and I was really struggling to find teddy bear books that I could cut up. This is another page out of my kit, and so this is what I ended up doing when I was getting the hang of the digital design. I ended up just creating my own pages because I couldn't find book pages that I was happy with. So there's a fabric tag there with a little dragonfly. But I will be doing a flip, like another video of my journal kit, my teddy bear kit. This is the center of the signature. Oh yeah, I should mention there's 4 signatures, and I think from memory there's about 20 pages in each, 20 to 22 pages. So I think there's like 100, there could be more actually, there could be 240 pages. This is a really, really thick, chunky book. And then on the top here, you've got these beautiful little lace paper clips. So, sorry, we'll go back to where I was. I was talking about creating my digi kit. And so, yeah, I ended up creating a digital kit so that I could make my journal, you know, pretty like how I wanted it, because the pages I had in there I just was not happy with. So I have kept some book pages in that I did like, but a lot of them I took out. So this is another one of my pages here, and I've just folded it. Some I've glued and I've put lace on them, but because it had all the little images, some of them I just wanted to keep. And you can decide, if you buy this journal, if you want to glue that down and make that into a little side pocket or tuck, whatever you want to do with it. So there's another little flash card which comes with Mrs. Cog's kit. There's a book page from a old teddy bear book, and there's a Christmas tree with a couple of cute little teddies. So this is a tag that I created. It's just a die cut, and I've embossed the backing, and I did want to make a few nice, you know, put a little few bits of my creativity, as in like tags and things in there. That's just like a little yum yum. This is very good. So a lot of these images I found public domain. These come in the kit. These little labels here are part of my kit. But as I said, I won't go too much into it because I am going to do a video on the pages of my own kit. Lace doily, that's one of my pages. This is just a specialty page that I printed off. This is a book page. Tea dyed paper. This is one of my pages from my kit. It's one of the images from Mrs. Cog's little flash card. I think this might be a Roxy Creations. I'm pretty sure it is. Another book page. So lots of stenciling on the pages, but there really is a lot of blank pages in here that you can journal in, or you can, you know, if you want to collect your own teddy bear images and fill the journal up with that. So these are a couple of little embellishments on the ties of the signature, and that has got like little banners on the end, and that's got the word magic on there. Ledger paper, lots of stenciling, and these little lace tabs. Yeah, you can certainly understand that my lace stash has gone down quite a lot, but I have done a nice big order with Which Craft You Do, Kerry's little business. That's one of my pages. When I have my kit, I have finished my kit, I've just got to format a few pages together, and I'll upload that in my Etsy as well. And when that is done, I will link it in the description below. But if it's not there when you look, it's because I haven't quite finished it yet, but that's one of my next jobs to do. So that's another one of my pages. So you can see that it's, you know, even though it's got a Christmas teddy on the front, it's not, you know, really a Christmas teddy journal. It's, you can use it for whatever you want. This is a little postcard that I made. I just stamped on the back there. So it's just like a little journaling spot. More images. So you can take these images out, you can play around with them, you can make tags out of them if you like, or you could paste them on the page, or you could leave them as this. This is another one of my pages from my kit. So as I said, I've just decorated it, but I've left it so that you can make it your own. That's one of my pages of my kit. That's just a specialty paper that I found, book page. So I think that's Rachel's. I worked really hard to find pages that all kind of match together. This is one of my pages from the kit. I managed to find the Winnie the Pooh illustrations that have come into the public domain. So I've also got a Winnie the Pooh journal pages kit, which actually is in the Etsy shop, in my Etsy shop now. And that's been a popular kit. So thank you very much to those that have purchased it. And there's a little word there, heart. Some of these images I absolutely love, especially these older vintage ones. And I actually did manage to find, there's a postcard, that's an ephemera piece from one of my kits, or from my kit. So I've put in these just blank tags. As I said, you know, I just wanted to show you that you have got a little pocket there and that you can make your own tags to make this your own. I did a challenge with Rachel at Roxy Creations, and painted and made these tags, and I put a little teddy bear. So there's one of these in the larger journals. That was a fun painting on tags using watercolor paints. So that's what that is. So a little lace dangle, or a little dangly page tab with a cute little teddy bear charm there. Just checking if that was the right way. This is the middle, so we're on to our third signature. I must have been rabbiting on a bit. So that's got treasure. Whoops, sorry, treasure. Absolutely beautiful images. Tea-dyed paper. This is Tim Holtz paper, and this is another one from my kit, which I've just stenciled a little bit on the back, and I've inked the edges, but there's a little tag there. So if you wanted to, you could glue that on there, and you could stitch around, and you could add some word labels or some whatever you wanted, bits of lace to decorate. This is another one of my tags from my kit. Well, that's a journal card. It was very interesting learning about the history of bears. So there's another one of my pages from my DigiKit. So as I was making this journal, I was running out. That's my girl. I think my dog. I think she's okay. I think she was just yawning. I was running out of supplies, especially when it came to doing the dangles. I just did not have enough lace and ribbon pieces. So I do have a shop here in Perth, and it's called the Teddy Bear Hut. So I went and had a look at it, went out and visited it last weekend. I had been, years before. And but I went again, I think it was last weekend, and bought some more trim and had a chat to the owner of the shop. I think her name is Jenny, actually. And I took in one of the journals, and she was looking at it, and we got to chatting, and I told her what I was doing, and so I ended up showing her the journal, and she absolutely loved it. And she took me to the back, and she showed me all these books that she had. So I ended up getting, because again, the books, the images were too large, and you couldn't even cut them down. They were full page, and some of the teddy bears went across 2 pages, so you just couldn't, easily, like you would hardly get any book pages that you could use. But there was one book there, and it was it was the history of teddy bears, but there are 3 teddy bear projects, and then there were some accessories, and I was looking through that, and I just said, right, one day I'm going to make my own teddy bear. So I'll probably end up going and doing one of her classes as well. Lovely lady. Okay, so we're on to the 4th and final signature. So there's a plain tag here, and this is another one of my journal cards. Again, you can just do with that as you wish, and a couple of little stamped little images there. This is a genuine vintage bit of ephemera. It's just from a little vintage antique shop that I've got here in Midland, and I picked this up quite some time ago. So all of the journals, I've got one of those, and I don't know about the minis, but the large size ones, and that's a tag. Sorry, it's not a tag, it's a journal card that I made. Stitching on the back. Okay. Okay, so we're getting there. This is the dotted third paper, just some specialty paper, just with some American money, I think, and pharmacy, old vintage pharmacy images. Some stenciling on the pages. It's one of my little journal cards that I made. I'm not sure where that patchwork is from. Yes, I honestly don't remember, sorry. It's like I have to let my girl out, so we'll just finish this off. There's the middle signature, book page, and this is like a little library pocket, and I just had that image there, and I've laminated it and just tucked Teddy in there. It's a little side tuck and just a little fairy tale bit of scrapbooking paper, and I found these op shopping, just these little memo cards, so I've just stuck those in there. Somebody must be up because she wants to go out. That's one of my DigiKit pages. A couple of little stamped images, and that's from my kit, little circles, and I've just covered that with some glossy accents, and in the process of straightening out it's actually crackled, which I actually like the look of that, so I've just tucked that under there. And coming to the end of this one, some Tim Holtz paper with lace little pockets, and that is the final page. And then there's just handcrafted by Teddy and Cat on the back. All right, so we'll just put that journal aside. So that one is listed in my Etsy, and that one is now available for sale. So I'll just pop this one down, and I'll let my dog out. So this one here, again, is similar elements inside. So these two here have the same fabric. So I found a teddy bear cushion in one of my op shop expeditions. So I managed to cut it down in a way that we got the teddy bear little images, and it's on the spine, and it's this beautiful like upholstery sort of fabric. It just feels so lovely and so textural in your hand, and the same with this one. So I managed to cut the fabric down in a way that I was able to do the two journals and get the teddy bear images, and obviously there was nothing left because by the time I've covered it, if I had scraps they'd be in the journal. So okay, so same thing, it's a 2-inch spine, it's the same measurements as the first journal, which was 5.5 inches by 9 inches tall. I'll just, in case you've skipped ahead and you didn't want to watch the first flip through. So we've got the tassel, and I've got some, actually I'll just show you, there's like some teddy bear ribbon there, and there's just various bits of lace, bit of sari silk, and then I've made this bead dangle bit here. With this one's just got like a little leaf charm on the end. Try to get it to stay put. Okay, and it can come off if you want. It's on a bulldog clip, but as I said, you can lay these up quite easily. There's 3 buttons on the front of this one, and it's just been layered with some fabric and some burlap, and then the image, and then there's some little lace appliques. So it's sari silk closure. Now sari silk does run and shred a little bit, so you might just find that there's a few strands that come loose, but that's just part of the nature of sari ribbon silk. That's why I like junk journaling, because we repurpose our materials. So sari silks are just old bits of sari, and they rip them into shreds, and then they stitch them together, and then they make this sari silk ribbon. So it's a wonderful way to repurpose things. So there's the front cover there. Hello, beautiful image there, couple of little stamped images there, little teddy bear and a little basket. So tea dyed paper, just some dictionary page with a little ruffle on the side, and this is a cute little belly band I made, and it's just a cute little image of a little girl holding her teddy bear. Beautiful, beautiful vintage images there with teddy bear, little teddy bear there under the Christmas tree, stenciling. This is another one of my tags that I created, and that just slips there. Tim Holtz paper with a lace pocket, and another tag. That's dotted third paper. This is one of the pages from my kit. It's just an image that this is from Mrs. Cog's kit, and you can do with that as you wish. It's a little flash card. That's a stamp that I've got, and this is a quote: "A teddy bear is your childhood wrapped up in faded yellow fur, and as such he commands affection long after he is outgrown." So there's all of these lovely little sayings and verses throughout the book, the journal. This is one of my pages, which is just a whole collection of images that I've kind of patchworked onto the page. It was a lot of work, but I absolutely loved the effect. There is no bear like an old bear, Samantha Armstrong. This is a dragonfly charm with some lace page tab, tea-dyed paper, more tea-dyed paper. This is the middle of the signature, and another verse there with these beautiful, these are supplied by Mrs. Cog's, and then a little butterfly on the inside signature dangles. Little page ruffle, and a little side tuck. This is one of my pages from my DigiKit memo card, and it's just a little journal card I put together, and then that's been trimmed with some lace. I loved all the little teddy bear poems and little sayings and songs and things, so I tried to capture that as much as I could. This is an envelope that is from my kit. So I don't think, secured by a paper clip, I don't think I actually ended up gluing these. So you can do with that as you wish, but you are my sunshine. A lovely pretty little daisy. And when I was putting this in, I thought that my ink must have run and created some little dots, but if you look closely, it's Winnie the Pooh and there's some bees hovering over him. So cute, so cute. I absolutely love my Winnie the Pooh journal pages kit. So if you love Winnie the Pooh, have a little look because they really are gorgeous. It's another one of my pages from the kit. Just a couple of like a little journal tag there and a little postcard. Little lace pockets. It's just a spare tag there that you can decorate. Add your own images, make your own tags, some book page. Another one of the images from Mrs. Cogg's kit. It's a little stamped teddy bear with balloons. And that's the end of the first signature. So this is the second signature. Another one of my little postcards. And that little girl there, or it's actually, I don't know if I think it's a little boy. I think it's a boy. That's my uncle. Can't really see because of the lace, but he's holding a little toy. I don't know if it's a teddy bear, but very cute. Couple little flashcards, old friend. Book pages. More book pages. So when I finish, well, it's nice to have this finished because now I'm looking at my next project. So I will probably do another lot of journals that will be a bit different. But then I want to do a teddy bear craft along with me series using my kit because I have got quite a bit of stuff left over. So that's the middle of the second signature and a couple little banners, and that says magic. If you have a look, it's got magic on there. They're very, very well made, these journals. They're very robust. They open quite well and you can write on them. I'm actually really impressed with the construction of these journals, and it was good that I did. That's one of my pages from my kit. It taught me very early on how to make a good journal that lasts. That's another one of those tags. It's secured by a pin, but that's one of those tags that I did where I went along with the challenge with Rachel at Roxy Creations, and that's just a little snippet roll that I had made, and I found it quite good that I could just cut little bits of it off, and I used it as a tab. And that's a little journal card that is out of my kit, the 3 bears. More pages. Oh, the amount of times that I went through these pages and I pulled them out and I tried to find better pages. Oh, but I'm really, really happy with the end result. Love that stamp. Thinking of you. And the little page ruffle on the side there. It's another one of my pages from my kit. And a little flash card, and there's some little playing cards. that from my kit as well. So we're on to the third signature. That's just some specialty paper. Elizabeth calls it specialty paper. It's just it's still paper, but it's just random specialty paper, she calls it. So yeah, and that's Tim Holtz paper there. And actually what I might do is pop that in there. That one's been embossed with a little patchwork. It's probably the right way. Just little patchwork patterns. So you could get some metallic, if you've got metallic like paint or something, you could just rub that on there, or you can just get some distress ink and just lightly distress it, or you could just get a little image and just glue it or stitch it down. It's a nice little tag that you can do lots with. Try and get that in there without catching it on the lace. That's just a little tag. So this is one of the first tags that I did, and I think that's right. I bought a teddy bear, and this was on the tag, and I bought the teddy bear like thinking that when I take photographs of the journals I could have the teddy bear in the background, and this was like the little tag that when I purchased it. So I fussy cut out the little bear, and then there was this little love heart, but it had some advertising jargon on there. So I've ended up, I don't remember exactly what I did. I must have maybe got a bit of paper, or I've coloured it in, and then I've put that little love, and I've used glossy accents, or is it? I think it's glossy accents or something like that, and I've just covered it over. So I left it to dry, and like this paper here was some paper that I found in an op shop, you know, haul, and yeah, I've put it all together and made this cute little tag. And there he sits in this journal now. Isn't it good when things come together? That's another one of the pages from my kit. Some ledger paper, stenciling, and that's one of the pages from my kit there that I've glued down, and there's a little side tuck with just some coffee dyed tag in there that you can do with as you wish. It's a little page tab there, little dangle book page. Isn't that cute? That dotted thirds paper, so it's got light lines on it that you can do some writing. And that's the middle of the third signature with some little butterfly dangles, and that's got treasure. I think actually making the journal itself, apart from me getting my pages right, was actually pretty quick. It was all the little finishing touches that took such a long time. But I wanted to get everything right, everything matching, and I just wanted to go through the motions and put those little finishing touches on like Elizabeth does, because they just look so gorgeous. So coffee dyed ledger. It's also a good opportunity for me to have a final look through the books myself, just to make sure that everything's in order. That's a little journal tag or card that I've made. So it's paper clipped in, but there's not, it's just, it would be coffee dyed, I would say. Yeah, coffee dyed paper on the back there. So let's pop that back in. Straighten that one up. Okay. There you go. Lace on the edges. I'm looking forward to seeing the laces that I get from Kerry's shop. This is the fourth signature. My camera ran out, so obviously the video is, I think it's like 45 minutes already. It's all right, I'll just piece it together. So I was saying that I got the paper delivered, and I got like all these scraps that were, I can't even remember because maybe they were protecting the paper, but I just thought the little patterns and colours were just absolutely gorgeous, so I made ruffles out of them, and I've used up most of them in these journals. Absolutely exquisite paper. Love that image, love that image. This is why I wanted to do a flip through of all the individual journals, because this is one of my journal tags from my kit, because the images are just slightly different in each book, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. This is the middle of the final signature, and some little banner dangles, and that one says Imagine. Look at those images, aren't they gorgeous? I mean, this journal, all this set of journals, it's just been, you know, especially when I sort of stopped for a while and then came back to them and I had a look at them, and I'm just like, oh, they really are lovely journals. Look at that cute bear. Cranky bear. He's been through the war, I think. I did a little bit of patchwork there because the doily got a little bit torn, and then it sort of came off when I was going through the journal. So I've just patched it up and put a couple of little stamped images there. Page in there. Oh, there you go. Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin and the gang. And that is the final page of that journal there. So we'll just pop that one aside. Oh my goodness, this is going to take forever to upload. I'm going to have to take this off the phone and oh, the dangle fell off. Let's put the dangle. All right, we'll sort that out. Okay, so again, this is this beautiful image from Julia Wilcox. I think it's called the 7 Stages of Childhood, and we've got a word banner there, know in your heart you are loved. And again, these dangles can come off. I might take this off and pop that on the side. So that's the dangle there. And some beads with flower charm at the bottom there. Just some little wooden beads. I'll pop them over there. So there are some little applique and some buttons, and the image has been layered with some burlap and just some fabric underneath. So sari ribbon silk closure. Very generous, so you can cut that down if you don't want that much of a closure, and then you can use it in the you know, best part of decorating, but you can also wrap it around if you want and tuck it down that way. So I mean, what you could do is, if you had some beads, you could put them on the end of the charms, you know, end of the tassels, and that would look really good as well. The ribbon silk, that would look good too. So many different options. So again, as I say, the pages are quite similar. So that's just a tag that, as I say, you can embellish yourself with your own artwork or your own images that you've got, especially if you're a teddy bear collector. It's just a tag, and that's one of my tags that I created, just a special nice tag that I put together, one of each of the journals. The larger journals has got those. That's a page from my digi kit, some book page, stenciled page. This is a little cluster. Always have courage and be kind. Doily, paper doily, lace tab. This is a envelope that's out of my kit. Beautiful old images I found. I searched long and hard. You can go down rabbit holes when you're looking for these public domain. So I haven't glued it together, so you can do that. You can use it as a journaling spot, or you can glue it together and you can pop some of your own ephemera in there. So it's the middle of the first signature with some butterfly dangles, and that says embrace. So there's a fabric tab with a little teddy bear dangle secured with a bulb pin. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little Teddy wants to play. Don't you remember saying that as a kid when you were sitting inside and it was raining and looking out the window and all you wanted to do was go outside and play? In the days when children did go outside and play in the front yard. You can't do that anymore, can you? Not easily these days, unfortunately. So this is some button. I should check. I don't know if I've got the button cards on all of the other ones. So I will write that down because that's something I might have missed. That's one of the tags that I did in the Roxy Creations challenge where I watercoloured. That was fun. I'll be doing that again. That's a bit of my snippet roll there that I've made as a tab. It's one of the pages from my kit. Okay, so we're into the second signature. In my listing I will have how many pages, but I mean if we quickly count. Okay, so let's go find the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 if you count that, 14, 15, 16, 17. So that's 34 pages. So that's 68, and then times that by 4. So whatever that is, at least 240, 6, 12, 8, at least 240 pages, if not more. So there's a fabric tab with a little teddy bear charm on there. Sorry if I'm repeating. Oh no, hold on, that's a bit further down. Some of that coffee dye paper came up really nice and crunchy. I don't know how I managed that. I think that's just the luck of the draw. It's how you end up just doing it, how it ends up on the day. I sort of tend to put my papers outside on the table and I let it just sit there for days and days, and then as it dries I turn it over, and it just seems to pick up the patterns and the splotches. I must be repeating myself, so I apologise if I've ended up showing pages again. Okay. Okay, so it's part of the DigiKit, part of my DigiKit, and some images. There's another tag I made. I found some really lovely old vintage images. So I will go through like some of the tags, and I'll put like little sari ribbon little ties on them and things, just to give you a head start. Little banner dangles that says magic. It looks like that one got 2. Oh well. I'll just check that the other one, I think all 3 of them did have it, so that one's got a spare one. Isn't that gorgeous? I loved how that turned out. That's a little bit of piano paper. I must have had some scraps, so I was looking through my scraps to see what I could back the journal cards with. That's a cute little stamp that I've got. Okay, so we're halfway through, so we're into the 3rd signature. I love that little bear. Love, love, love that little bear. That's one of mine from my kit. There's another little teddy bear stamp that I've got that I've coloured in the bow. I think I inked that. So I think somehow I've masked it and I've coloured the brown and then I've inked with the pink. And then there's some of that paper I was telling you about that I've made as a side page ruffle there. That's from my kit there. It's a little cluster, one of my clusters that I made a long time ago. That's a little dangle there with a word that says love. 3 little bears. That's from my digi kit. I skipped over a page there. Okay, that's got butterfly dangles and that says imagine. That's from my kit. Old. So that's from my kit as well. And this was the inside of one of the books that I gutted, and I just loved that. So I've kept that. That book that I was telling you about that's got the bears that I want to make one day. It's got all the history of how the teddy bear came to be made, and how we, as a, you know, how we've come to love the teddy bear toy. It was very interesting. President Teddy Roosevelt. So I don't know if you know that story, but I think the bear had been found and chained, and he was, as the president, he was, you know, presented with this bear to shoot, and he didn't want to because he didn't think that it was good sportsmanship, because the poor bear was all just tied up, and so he let the bear live, but everybody loved him for it, and got a lot of media attention, and there was an entrepreneurial gentleman that happened to be at some sort of fair and saw a lady had made these teddy bears, but at the time they weren't called teddy bears, and so he bought them, and I think he started producing them as toys, and I think he put them in his toy shop, and everyone just went for them, and then they asked official permission if they were allowed to call them the teddy bear. So yeah, it was really interesting history there. So I can certainly see the appeal of the teddy bear and why we collect them. That's got a little sentiment. You're all I had hoped to find in every single way. I've got a teddy bear that I made when I had my first son, my firstborn son, who is now 32. And it's got treasure, little dangles, banner dangles. But I made him, and I've got him. He's a little bit worse for wear. He's been beat up a little bit along the way. But it's a patchwork teddy bear, and he's still in good nick. He's still all together. So I would like to kind of, you know, pretty him up again and see if I can get him revived. And we're getting some cabinets built, inbuilt cabinets built in our family room, because you know we've got what's called a cottage house. It's a new house. It's not a. This is one of those vintage cards that I was talking about in the other journal. Yeah, we just, along the wall where the TV is, we've got the TV up on the wall, and we've decided that we want to get we want to get an inbuilt unit all the way around, but I want to have lots of little shelves and ledges, and yeah, we've got this design in mind. And when it's all done, which we're going to be getting a quote soon, I'm going, it's a little side tuck there, I'm going to display some of my journals on some of the shelves, and this is a little fabric pocket that I made, and a little journal card tucks in there. And so one of my projects is I want to make a teddy bear, and I want to also make a rag doll, so I'm going to have them displayed, but I'm going to, you know, put like nice little things like, you know, I don't know about candles. I'd like to, might have to get those electric candles, and just, yeah, nice little things just to make it a home. We don't have enough storage space. That's the final page there. So I think I'm going to wrap that up, and this will be part 1, because I can see that the video is going to be very long, and so this will be part 1, but they're the full size journals, and I'll just have to just attach that jump ring again. Something fell, there we go, little charm, so I'll just fix that one up and get him back. And there's the teddy bear one there. So there you go. As I say, these are in the Etsy shop, and they are available for purchase. And I will wrap this up, and I will continue on with part 2. Thank you.